we exposed Wintermute on X, and they replied not liking it too much. We said Wintermute is sending millions in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and sold to exchanges. Last time this happened, Bitcoin dumped hard. Pray for your bags. And they respond back. Please stick to your entertainment and please revise your statement. We send billions, not millions, every day. He confirmed it himself. And right after that, Bitcoin did do a dump hard, breaking through that 108 main support that I had. Yes, I was wrong. Welcome back, Crypto Crew. It is your boy, Tom, here, bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe if you have not already. And make sure you come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day, because we are crypto maniacs and we do break new ground where we have major players responding to us. And no, I am not suicidal. So if anything happens to me, you know it has probably something to do with Wintermute. Just kidding, of course. Anyway, let's break this all down for you. Woo, we got a make or break level here happening in Bitcoin. And of course, the charts do not look good right now. Yes, I was completely wrong. I did think that 108 was going to hold. And no, I am not taking singing lessons yet. I told you if we broke 100,000, I would actually think about taking some singing lessons. But right now, as it stands, if we're looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin got smacked down, currently trading right now at 105.3. It's roughly off 5.3% on the day. The intraday range has been massive from like 111.9 all the way down to 103.7. Now, there's an old market law that I once introduced you to way back when. I said that, there's a market law that says that markets will cover the same ground twice. Potentially even more than that. That's what creates your double bottoms and your double and triple tops and triple bottoms and things like that. And I'm assuming that this is what's really in play right now. It's not really time to panic. However, if the 102 goes, it's time to start really thinking that 97,500 CME market gap is going to be filled. And yes, it's going to be completely ugly. It's going to be ugly, but there's a lot of things happening that I want to take you through before you just start running around the house with the hair on fire. Okay? Yes, a lot of portfolios are bleeding, but as we say, I'm going to show you something on X. Okay? I want to make sure that you see this on X because this is a good lesson. Right here, breaking over 1 billion in crypto positions liquidated in 24 hours, right? The leverage traders never learn, man. It's a brutal cleanup right now. And this is how markets reset before the next leg up. This is absolutely true. Okay, so when things look the darkest, it's always the darkest before dawn, right? Now, I'm not saying that we can't, it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But there are specific points on the chart that we could look at to like say, okay, we're holding right now. If you really look at Bitcoin, I mean, if we're really going to be honest about it, it's trading between the all-time high of 125 and 100,000 right now. It still has not broken 100,000. I know the bears out there are going to be on the channel going, yeah, well, it's only a matter of time. You're going to be singing. I hope you're short, man. You guys, like a couple of you guys, I can't remember your handles, but especially the guy that says, Tom, you're going to be singing soon. All right. I hope he's short. He's that would have been great. I did give technical levels that were resistance that held. I did believe that 108 was going to hold. I was wrong, but I did not stand in front of a freight train. All right. Once that 108 level went, I said, no, okay, 106, just completely just blown out of the water. But now back down to 103. Isn't this exciting times, really? Isn't it exciting? Markets are so damn exciting. They're so interesting. So really, we could say Bitcoin right now is hanging on by a thread. The level the bulls must defend is that 102, that spike down when nobody got any trades at. Now, there were trades that happened at that 1037. That is for sure. And we're going to take you through the charts right now. So, there are certain levels that have to break, that actually give a reprieve to the madness that's happening in the marketplace. I'm going to take you through it right now. So really, there's a couple of things also happening on the stress on the micro and the macro side. Before we go over this, I got to remember. So we got U.S. banks, stress, trade tensions, and of course, general risk-off sentiment, a crushing appetite for risk assets. Now, I tell you right now, in the forex market, dollar yen actually, crashed down to 149 like 50, and now it's back up to 150.26. Gotta watch dollar yen. That's like the canary in the coal mine for the forex market. So that's basically telling you market right now it's calming down a little bit. So you got to keep your eye on sterling yen, euro yen. Sterling yen's drifting lower. I am short. I'm happy about that. I should have sold euro yen too, but it didn't. Anyway, but right now what we have to do is we have to pay attention to these levels. All right, so here we are on our infamous 2-hour chart, okay? And lower time, look at this. Okay, this is the point, right? That is the line in the sand right now. If it goes through this, it's going to be completely ugly. And I know things look pretty grim right now, but here's the thing. Just like I said, before you run around the house with your hair on fire and you start kicking the dog and the cat, just take a step back. Okay, take a step back. All right, we have some things that are working against us, like bearish divergence we have right here, and that showed up on the chart. So Bitcoin made new highs, but RSI didn't. So that's bearish divergence. So the last time that happened, we're having the same type of situation we're having right now. Okay, now let's get into the short term. Okay, as it stands right now, let me get my notes. I got to get my notes because I got to keep my head straight. Okay, got my note. No, that's Swiss yen. I don't need Swiss. Here it is, Bitcoin. All right, listen. Whew. All right. Back on June 4th, we made a low of 100,372. So I should really be saying that's the true line in the sand. And I'm going to put that level up there, okay? Because that's an important point, because that's where we went down and we could not go any further lower. So 100,372. Oh, come on. I'll take that. I'll take the 100,366. That was the low that we made on where was that? I just had it. June. Sorry. 100. Yeah. Well, June 4th. Okay. June 4th. From that point, okay, the market rallied up to 110,588. Okay. Then, so this is what it did. Now, it's important to understand what it did so we could get an idea on like what the character of the marketplace really should be. Hang on, I don't want that. I want a path. Okay, yeah, I'm really bad with paths. So we did this. All right, we went down to 100,372. We came up to 110. 110 what? 110 what? 110,588. Okay, up to here. Okay, then what did we do? We came down. We came down off of that to 1026. Right down. Come on. I don't want to overshoot it. 1026, 1025. Okay. Now, then from that point, all right, we basically rallied up to 108. Hang on here. Why is it not moving? 106 right there. 102 right there. And then, okay. And then what do we do? Then we came up. I got another path. I'm getting another path. I'm not really good with these paths. So from this point right here, we came up to 108. 108, 109. Let's go. We came up right to here. Then what did we do? We moved down right to this level again, like a double bottom right here. From that point, the market then came up and then took off and made the 123 higher high. So it went up to way up there, 123. All right, so now we got a bit of a history lesson there. And you say, what the heck are you talking about? What do you care about that stuff? Happened a long time ago. Basically, markets repeat. Not exactly, but they do repeat. So what am I getting at? I'm getting at this. The 102 really is the level that is the warning level. The 102,664 that we came off of from the 110,588. So right here, that level down in here is very important. It's basically the same level the market kind of retraced to before it took off and broke up and then reversed back down. So what has to happen? We made a new low right now, or a temporary low, we have to call it, because it's not a new low, at 103.5. It's got to get above 107. The market must recover above 107 for a basic breather. Not saying it's going to take off from that point. It needs to get above 107 to basically reset itself to try to hold the low. If it can't hold the low, it's going to test. It's going to do the same ground twice. It's going to retest it. Yeah, okay. So 107, say, let's see, we got 103. 107.5 would be a good sign that the marketplace is starting to show some recovery. So your new level of resistance is 107. Right there is a new level of resistance. Market must recover over this in order to try to hold this low, because what we're trying to create is market structure. We're trying to, now markets don't, we don't really predict markets. We ride the bucking bronco, right? Because markets predict preparation. They don't reward. What did I just say? Markets reward preparation. They don't reward prediction. So preparation would be if we can get the recovery over 107.5 and we can hold the low of 103. We're starting to show that we have some strength to get back above this 108, that level I thought we were going to hold. But look at this. You see this stuff right here? Look at this, 107.5, same damn level that I'm saying has to get over right now, this bottom right here. And then we can slightly recover. It's not all, short term. We got a lot of chop to deal with. But, okay. This is where I'm saying don't run around the house and kick the dog or try to, stab the cat. Don't do it, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Now, again, all right, every time that we made predictions about Bitcoin, we talked about like forward looking. We know Bitcoin is going to be much higher. I keep saying it. We're going to laugh about this in due time. Okay, we got to get through it. Get into our pro group. We'll help you out with it. Okay, we're not here. We don't just sell hopes and dreams. We actually prepare, right? So we get you involved in trades, and that's what we do. Now, I want to take you back over to X. X is very important today. First post. Florida just proposed a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Up to 10% of public funds could be invested in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a standard that is coming state by state. The Bitcoin standard is coming state by state. Okay, great, very cool. Other states are already involved. All right, now let's just move forward, okay? Morgan Stanley, all right? Morgan Stanley, adoption wave is incoming. Morgan Stanley can now officially recommend Ethereum to clients. Second largest crypto asset in the world just entered Wall Street's playbook. This is how institutional rotation begins. Now, you say, okay, you make these posts, a lot of blah, blah. We had Wintermute actually respond to us because our posts are good. The research that goes behind these posts is incredible. Okay, we just don't say things just to say them. Okay, we say them because there's some value to them. Look at this. The SEC chair, Paul Atkins, says that crypto and digital assets tokenization are job number one. So we're watching retail meltdown right now. We're watching over-leveraged traders get completely blown out of the water. And we're witnessing probably one of the largest rebound setups. Now, I'm not saying that it's going straight up from here. I'm not saying that. We're going to navigate it. Yeah, We got that old CME market gap, 97,500, sitting, staring us in the face. All right. But the thing that we have to do, right, is we have to just step by step, just take a look at the overall of what's going on here. Okay. It we got Morgan Stanley. There's another post that I want to show you. There's the Wintermute that they responded to. We had another post that we have up. Hang on, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It was I can't find it because I don't think it was our post, but I read it. Franklin Templeton just released the compelling case for crypto. You could try to Google that on X, but they're basically they call it out clearly. Bitcoin and Ethereum have outperformed 8 of the past 11 years, and the institutions are flooding in. All right, so they're not leaving now. Of course, the retail is getting hit hard. All right, so you just like I said, just try to get the overall picture in here. Okay, so it's the big dogs are building the infrastructure, as I said, and they're once again trying to shake you out. All right, this game is not like an easy game. That's for sure. This game is a game that is cutthroat, and you gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love the bleed, and you gotta love everything about the game. All right, so now we know that with all that being said, we got the bearish diverge, short term hurting us, but we know that Bitcoin, Ethereum, they follow global liquidity. M2 is surging. Gold is ripping. And I have a theory, and I'm going to get into that later. I gave that whole dissertation yesterday about gold and how I think Bitcoin could catch tailwinds and all from the gold. And I think that gold can continue much higher. Bitcoin can actually catch some tailwinds. I'm going to go over why, a reason why gold is actually, being pumped so hard. And, not even now, silver is catching the tailwinds for it. We went over that yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I mean, I did a lot of research for that video, and I still hold firmly. Just because we dumped down below 108, I'm not changing my mind. I know that eventually that Bitcoin is going to catch the tailwind. It's going to catch the tailwind of liquidity. Always does. So Bitcoin is still asleep right now, but it's not for long. It's not for long. Liquidity always chases risk. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, and you know what? The catch-up rally is going to be brutal, and I can't wait for the day that I get to say, ha, there it is. Now, okay, I'm eating humble pie right now. I'm eating humble pie. I'm a trader, okay? But again, like I said, I don't stand in front of freight trains. I trade with the trend, whatever the trend is. I'm a short-term trader. I'm back and forth all the time. Get in the pro group. We do that all day long. All right, now look. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to get hit hard. Go right up the gum tree. I don't care. I don't care. Long term, we're going to laugh at this if we could weather the storm. Okay? Because we know Bitcoin's final chapter is written. We know it. Yeah, that's right. We're saying it's going much higher. Yep, people, oh, Tom, you're nuts. You guys are crazy. Okay, let's see. Only time's going to tell, right? Time is going to tell. And we're going to be telling you in 2025, beginning of 2026, it's going to be vertical. All right. And it's going to be a parabolic blow off, and it's going to be unavoidable. Now, other guys in our group, on our community, I respect them all. I was saying there's going to be no blow off top. No blow off top. It's already happened. Top's in. Okay. All right. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm right. We'll see. But remember, when it happens, and we'll warn you, to secure profits, because those equal freedom, and screenshots secure absolutely nothing. So we're letting you know. All right. So now let's move on to good old Ethereum. Ethereum hit harder, trading around 3,770 after losing $300 intraday. The liquidation data shows over 130 million wiped out on Ethereum positions alone. But here's a silver lining. DeFi metrics are still stable. L2 activity is quietly ramping back up. Ethereum must hold 3,600. And if we can do that, we can get above 4,001. We could see a short-term relief rally. But as we move into Q4, Ethereum still has a shot of outperforming Bitcoin, especially as scaling staking yield and on-chain activity, on-chain utility come back into focus. Okay. As of right now, flows have flipped negative. Roughly 1.7 billion in outflows from Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs this week. Yeah, iBit's taking a hit. They're all taking hits, okay? But institutions are basically trimming risk, okay? That's what's happening up, okay? Now, they're not leaving the market. They're just repositioning themselves, waiting for the next liquidity pocket to accumulate. That's what they're doing. And as I said, we could see 3,600 has to hold and break above, say, 4,100 for a bit of a relief rally. Now, we need to get through 4,700. There's a bullish retest still happening. It's still happening in Ethereum. Now, as we said, we saw Wintermute moving billions in assets to exchanges tells you they're preparing for volatility. We have to prepare for volatility as well. They're not necessarily dumping directionally, but they're priming for activity. I would really like to get an interview with the guy from Wintermute. I'm going to see if I can do that, because he kind of like poked me in the eye a little bit by saying, "Go back to your entertainment." All right, so let's have a little that would be great if I could get like an interview with him. It would be great. So then what I would do is I would ask you, what questions do you think I should have for him? Put them in the comments, because if I could secure it, I'm just going to be asking him about, the automatic deleveraging system. That's for sure. That's on my mind, and I would love to talk to him about that and a few other things. But what do you think I should ask him if I could secure this interview? Put it in the comments. All right. So these guys thrive on volume and spreads. And when they move, it means in the next 48 hours, it could be explosive movements. So we got to be prepared. That's why I get into the pro group. Will help you out. And they did not like that we called them out on it, So if we look at Ethereum, if we go back in time, we could say Ethereum is moving exactly like it moved in 2017. Okay, we're staring at it every day and it seems like it's just getting hit. But really, if you really look at it, it's the same range, the same breakout, and it's really the same explosive setup. If this fractal plays out the way we think it is, it's going to be an explosive move that really melts faces. Now, again, we got to get through it, right? We got to get through it. So before I wrap up, I want to make sure that you're well aware of our free community I keep alluding to. Link is in the description. You click this link right here, be taken over to our WeX, completely free to join. If you're not into it, you're a lone trader, a lone wolf, I get it. You can join up you can actually check out these two brokers, WeX and BTCC. They're both offering insane bonuses for new clients. They're both excellent brokers, low fees, fast execution. They're both everything you could want in a broker is right here. The first step that you have to have is you have to have a good platform like TradingView to do chart work on. And the second thing is you need a good broker. You want tight spreads. You want fast execution. Both of them offer it. BTCC is giving a $500 giveaway to new clients, and WeX is offering insane deals right now. I think like free fees for life. So make sure that you check it out. All right. So let's just get on to like now the altcoin market. Let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. Okay. Bitcoin dominance sitting right now 59.67, no change from yesterday. We know that it broke out of the ascending broadening wedge pattern. It's just resetting itself after all this turmoil. And like I said yesterday, it's like a damn bad hangover that we're trying to get through right now. And it's like we went out drinking again yesterday. That was really stupid. We shouldn't have. But it looks like we went out drinking again yesterday and just added more pain to the headache right now. But anyway, the rest of the alt market is pretty bloody. Like it's bloody overall. I mean, XRP, all of them, Solana, they're all like getting hit hard. Most of them are tracking Bitcoin weaker across the board. There are a few bright spots that are emerging in niche sectors, but really altcoins feel like, December of 2020. It's the same setup that we had, all right? And it is bloody out there. We have the same disbelief, but remember what came next. 800% in 5 months. Now, yes, everything is on pause because of Bitcoin dominance right now. But I'm just giving you this so you can look. There is some light at the end of the tunnel. We just need to hold through, together through it. We either act or we're going to get left behind. So I'm telling you, just get into our pro group. We'll help you out. So there are some AI tokens that are the standout right now. We got Chain, Opera, COAI popped over 50% in the last 24 hours. Thank goodness for that. We got some movement. XRP is struggling under the weight of U.S.-China relations, man. Poor the XRP army, man. They're getting beat up bad. I think the last price I saw in XRP was like 225-ish. Actually went down to 220, I believe. Now it's trading at 227. So yeah, just hang tight, XRP army. The cavalry's coming. Hopefully you're not over leveraged. That's the most important thing. We got Solana's consolidating below 200. Volume's cooling off. It's not a collapse. It's just a little bit lower of conviction right now. So the story here is altcoins are following liquidity right now, and liquidity is nervous. Liquidity is very, very nervous. So if we look at overall, though, altcoins themselves, they're basically testing a bullish retest. I'm going to show you that right here on this chart. You can see it. Altcoins are flashing a bullish retest. They broke the macro downtrend. They're holding above it. They're holding above it. Don't ignore the chart. Most are ignoring it. The smart money doesn't. The fun part's going to come next. We just got to work through this, and we will work through it. So we will have a vertical alt season once Bitcoin dominance calms down. So we need to watch these zones carefully. Okay, here we go. Just wrapping up. All right, Bitcoin. We need to watch the 103. Okay, this level down here very, very carefully. We need to get over 107.5 to get off of our backs, the back foot right now. Ethereum, we need to make sure that we hold above 3,600 in Ethereum. We got resistance right now at 4,100. Solana, I would say you got support at 182. I don't have the chart. I just wrote it down. Resistance at 210. XRP. Supports at 2, where the heck is it? 220, 226, but we're still below. We're just basically above it right now. The next level of support for XRP is at like 220, and then lower than that, you're looking at 216. Yeah, 216 like that. That's really gonna kill them. All right. So anyway, right now we got a break on Bitcoin. We got to get above that 107. If we cannot, and if we break the lows, okay, if we break the 102, we're looking at 98,000, 100,000 really fast. So if we can reclaim the 107, 108, and really 111, I don't know who's on my chart right now, we'd be in good shape. But the correction might turn into a springboard that might move fast and trap, the late shorts. The only way that it's really going to do that is if we get above 108. All right, so we got Wintermute that confirmed our convictions or our suspicions, I might say. They didn't like it. The big players are active. That means volatility is going to be opportunity. Stay disciplined. Make sure that you come on over to X. Follow us on X where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto, all day, every day. We are the crypto maniacs. Hang on here. Let me get off of my act. Follow us right here. Remember, so what do you got to do? Well, you definitely got to join our free group. Okay? Got to join our free group. Second thing you got to do is you got to trade with your head not over it. Don't over leverage yourself. You saw the post, man. Don't do it. Don't. If you did it already, rebuild. Do some research on yourself. Take a, why did you do it? Why would you do it? Is it like self-sabotage or something? You got to take some, psychological, look at yourself psychologically. Take a psychological inventory. Okay. Also, make sure that you do, like I said, do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a trader like yourself. And remember, always as a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Now, look, stay sharp, trade smart, and remember, like I said earlier, markets reward preparation. They don't reward prediction. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.